It's your boy Calix Boxing here. Hit that sub button for nightly boxing videos. We're going live tonight. Did a couple videos taped earlier, so check them out on the channel and check out all the other videos I've been doing. And but we're live now, so thanks to all the live. I see we got about 4 or 5 live viewers right now. I'm sure we'll pick up more. And shout out to everybody that's going to catch this on the archives. Hopefully the mic is up where it's supposed to be. Had somebody comment to say the mic was too low, so hopefully y'all are doing that, not hearing this and not hearing the echo. But Carl Froch has spoken. The Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz, the Mr. Cool, the Mr. Alpha Male has spoken, and he's spoken out against another alpha male, Gennady Golovkin. This is alpha on alpha violence, unfortunately. Gennady Golovkin, a guy who's been great for the sport the past couple of years, activity, knockouts, trying to fight the top fighters out there, but they're all ducking him. Jacobs, Quillen, Cotto, Canelo, Sergio Martinez, all guys who have ducked this guy at middleweight for the past couple of years. So he's having trouble getting fights. We all know the story. And he's lowered himself to Kell Brook, a welterweight. And in my opinion, not even one of the top welterweights, because he hasn't proven that yet. His only big win at welterweight is Sean Porter. So maybe the most talented welterweight out there, but that's yet to be proven. Carl Froch doesn't like this. Carl Froch basically came out and said in an interview, I believe it was with Sky Sports. I should have gotten the source before I did this live video, but I believe I was watching it on Sky Sports YouTube channel earlier, where Carl Froch is basically saying, pick on somebody your own size. All right, don't fight somebody smaller. Now, Carl Froch, one of my favorite fighters over the past decade and whatnot, but a little hypocritical here, being that Carl Froch was offered a fight with Gennady Golovkin before he retired, and he retired, which, fine, retire. I'm all good with that. He rode off into the sunset, rode off at the top of 168. I believe he was at top of 168 at the time, being that Andre Ward was so inactive and Andre Ward was on the rag at the time. But he was offered the fight with Gennady Golovkin. Didn't take it. So I'm not so sure Carl Froch needs to be the one taking shots at Gennady Golovkin here. That being said, he kind of has a point. He's saying, look, if you can't get the fights at middleweight, move up. Don't fight guys who are south of you. Don't fight guys who are 2 weight classes south of you. And I was watching an interview. I was watching actually a video on Dante's boxing earlier, which I don't watch too much of, but thought the video was interesting. I'm going to play it here. I'm trying to get to the exact time. Let me see if I can get it for you guys here.
He said 157 he'll fight you.
I think he's too small.
Too small?
Too small, yeah. My focus on 160 in middle division right now. Kelly Brook, everybody just trash talk.
So you'll never really know how.
Now I don't know if the mic picked that up, but basically he's interviewing Gennady Golovkin last year, Dante's boxing, and saying, what about Kell Brook? What about a fight with Kell Brook? And Gennady Golovkin saying, too small, too small. I'm focused on middleweight. He's too small. Now, like I said, he can't get the fights at middleweight. So this is more of an indictment on boxing than it is Triple G. All right, Triple G has already proven that he wants to fight the top guys out there. Can't get him in the ring. That being said, he's fighting a welterweight. All right, and this isn't Marvin Hagler fighting Sugar Ray Leonard. This isn't Bernard Hopkins fighting De La Hoya and Trinidad. All right, this is Kell Brook. All right, if you want to compare Kell Brook to those guys, I don't know what to tell you. But to me, there were options at 168. There were options at 168, even in the UK, if he wants to introduce himself to that market. We've already been over this before. I'm just saying Carl Froch, even though he retired he retired when the Gennady Golovkin fight was on the table, and the fight was on the table at 168. So Carl Froch already proved that he was willing to go up 168 for the Gennady Golovkin proved that he was willing to go up at the time to 168 for the Carl Froch fight. So he said, So I'm not sure if Carl Froch needs to be the one calling him out on this, unless Carl Froch wants to come out of retirement and fight him at 168. But he does have a point in that, look, if you got to go outside of middleweight, go up. Go up. There are fights there. All right. And to me, still, nobody has dropped a good video up to this point, in my opinion, that has changed my mind on this. I've scoured YouTube for it. And I've seen people who are for this fight. And look, if you're for it, all fine. But don't expect me to come on board with this, or don't criticize me for not being on board with this. All right, because to me, this fight stinks. That's all I'm gonna say. Hit me up. Does Carl Froch have a point here?